We're here at the Purebred Center this morning talking livestock markets, and Derrell, things seem to be struggling right now. What's going on?
You know, the cattle markets are really struggling right now with a number of different factors. Probably the main one right now in the fed cattle market is just the fact that we've got more cattle than we have packing capacity for right now. We've known for several years that packing capacity had declined to a point where it was, kind of limited. We've seen cattle numbers go up, and right now we just have more cattle coming through feedlots than we can really process. So that's keeping a lid on these fed cattle prices really for most of this year.
And what kind of impact is the feed market having?
That's another big factor that's impacting cattle markets right now. We've had this tremendous run up in feed prices, particularly the feeder cattle markets. When you combine this sort of capped fed cattle market with the higher feed prices, then that's really weighing on these feeder cattle markets. So, all aspects of the cattle complex are struggling right now with those factors.
And things have been pretty dry lately. How has the drought been affecting producers?
The drought is another big issue that we're keeping an eye on. You know, it's been dry in parts of the country for much of a year. Other regions have gotten dry more recently, but it's all really critical right now because we're going into the active growing season. And so we could see a lot of consequences going forward here with, cow herds being forced to liquidate, feeder cattle, summer grazing programs may not happen the way we plan. So that's a final factor that we're really keeping an eye on right now.
Now that's a lot of doom and gloom, it sounds like. Is there any good news coming to the cattle markets?
You know, there is, because these are all factors we're dealing with right now. We kind of knew that was going to happen. We knew the first half of the year was going to be a bit of a struggle. These factors have intensified a little bit, so maybe it takes us into the third quarter to get them cleaned up. But going forward, beef demand is really strong. We're not able to capitalize on that right now in the cattle markets because of the capacity constraints, but it's there, and we'll get to the point where that comes through. Export demand has been really strong. The latest export data was very positive. So once we get through these factors over the next few weeks or perhaps a few months, then we're going to have reason to have a lot more optimism in these cattle markets.
All right, Derrell, thank you. Livestock marketing specialist here at Oklahoma State University.